Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Bitrix24 Partners podcast. My name is Vlad, and I'm joined by my colleague.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. And before we get going, guys, we want to thank you again for your great feedback on our last episode when we were talking about mobile CRM. It really means the world to us. We want to make this podcast great. We want it to be the way you want it to be, and we're happy that you like it. But we got more stuff to cover, and keep the comments going.
Yes.
And today we got a really great topic to talk about. It's our top tier plan. It's Bitrix24 Enterprise.
Yes, Alex. Bitrix24 Enterprise has something, especially with our new subscription package and how we present it, is something that we didn't really know how we're going to get the reactions, right? Because this isn't something that's for everyone, especially the package price. But the enterprise package is going to be for companies that are looking to get bigger, that are looking to get better, and are not afraid of getting bigger and better at the same time. So as far as our enterprise package, Alex, what do we get with the enterprise package when we sign up for it?
Well, you get a lot of great features, like let's just call some numbers. It's up to 10 terabytes of drive. 10, right?
100 terabytes
100
of file
it's
storage.
10 times more, you know.
Yes.
I'm being too shy here. Yeah, it's up to 10,000 employees.
Yes.
You get advanced workflows, advanced access rights. You get, of course, your dedicated server, your great infrastructure. We're going to cover it a little bit later in details. And a lot of unlimited tools, a lot of unlimited entities in your CRM, your tasks, just a lot of unlimited features that many other products just can't give you, even on the higher plans.
And again, looking at it from our partner's point of view, the enterprise package is going to be probably the most beneficial for you, right? Because here, this is where all the customization comes in. This is where you can really help your potential clients in taking that step from that professional package and escalating their business to an enterprise package. Now, when we were talking about enterprise, we're not just talking about 10,000 users.
Absolutely.
That's not going to be every company.
That's not it.
Here, we're really going to be focusing on maybe a certain company needs a certain feature, right?
Yeah.
And they use that feature very regularly, very often, and maybe they need to fully customize that feature.
Yeah.
Now, let me kind of explain what I mean. So we recently talked with a company. They're really into email newsletters, right? Yeah. So a big thing with them, they already have a ton of different subscriptions from like MailChimp and Snove and all these different services that send out emails. But they already had Bitrix24. And with the professional package, they saw with 100,000 emails per month, it was a little bit limited. So when they actually upgraded for the enterprise package, because they did want to scale, right away, they saw another 250,000 emails that we do offer per month. So here, it's not always just to concentrate, I need to onboard, 1,000 people to get them on the enterprise package. No, here you need to find out what feature the company uses and use it to the point of where they need the scalability to the enterprise stage.
Yeah, for many companies, like you're totally right. Just a couple of features will be necessary on an enterprise plan.
Yes.
And talking about emails, it's a great number because many companies, they charge like $500 for 300,000 emails.
Yes.
$500 is more than enterprise plan costs.
Exactly.
So you save as much money as you pay for your enterprise plan, and you get the same amount of emails, but also these emails are connected to your other instrument, your CRM, so you not only send them, but you can process them, you can close the deals, watch the analytics. So it's just great. This number is not just a number itself. It lets you work with CRM fully. And as our partners, if your customer Bitrix24 has no limits, you can basically customize it any way you want it.
Yeah.
And that's what your customer want to do. And that's what you as a partner, you can show your expertise and you can create all the scenarios that possible. So that's why enterprise plan very beneficial, not only for the client, but the partner as well.
Yeah, and like I said, with from the partner's point of view, I think if you look at some of our competitors and the enterprise packages they offer, they are much more expensive than what we offer.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with us was getting that subscription model for the enterprise package, because before I think it was a lot of our clients were kind of scared of that enterprise package, right? They didn't really understand how it's priced, how maybe they can bill it, how they can actually make money off of it.
What it is in general.
Exactly. So once we actually rolled out that subscription package, we made it very easily understandable. We saw so many more sales with the enterprise. And again, when you're selling enterprise package, you're not trying to land, a whale here. You're not trying to get Coca-Cola, NASA, whatever it might be. You need to find the clients that really need to do something specific,
Yes.
and they do it very rigorously. And that's where the enterprise package, it really helps you out from full customization. I mean, full customization all the way from your server link ups. And then remember, this isn't like we said, maybe MailChimp, you are doing some email newslettering. This isn't another app where you're synchronizing everything. This is an enterprise package where all your data is already synced through your CRM.
Yeah.
So with your emails you got going through, everything's already synced into that. So this is just another benefit of where you can say you can replace these services from our competitors, and right away for about $300, $400 a month, you can cover all of those different packages with the Bittrex 24 Enterprise.
Yes.
And once you get it one time, they're not gonna move from enterprise and then downgrade, because once you've been on enterprise, it's like flying first class. You're not gonna want to fly coach again. So with the enterprise package, once a company fully understands, the number one thing here is understands why they need it, then it's very easy to sell it to them, and the customization goes along with it. But the second thing is they need to understand that the enterprise package, like you said, isn't just helpful for them to sell to their clients, but it will actually transform their company inside as well.
Yeah, and many companies just want to have the best possible plan that product can offer them. And for Bittrex 24, of course, it's enterprise plan, and they understand is for some companies is just a prestigious option, because we want to have the best for our company. Like I'm a CEO, I don't want to have like some mediocre product. I want to have the superior product. I want to have the best, and Bittrex 24 offers a lot of features, like probably no more tool in the market have the amount of feature that Bittrex 24 has. And the price point, as you said, it's very reasonable, because many other companies that have products of enterprise level, they cost like 5 times more, 10 times more, and they charge for a seat. So not like Bittrex 24 that have a flat fee and charge for the amount of people, like we have 250 on the first enterprise plan. For example, if your company has like 60 people, not like 100 people, but just 60 people, you have 190 seats to grow, to scale your company, and you don't have to buy anything else. So if we like hire 20 people more on some other product, I have to go and buy 20 more subscriptions. It will cost me a lot of money, and just I have to do this once again, and it's just a hassle. It's just a pain that you want to go through on and on.
Yes. Another thing that when we talked to a lot of companies, they said when switch on enterprise, right, is the support you get from us.
Yes.
This is a very big thing. As you know, might be one of our pain points is our support team and whatnot. But here, when you do get the enterprise package, all of your support requests, you're going to get in front of the queue. You're going to get there first,
Yes,
and all the support is going to be back to you in the number one sense. So here, when you are selling it, when a client that's already maybe worked with us and they've complained, maybe our tech support before, this is just another pain point that you can tell them, listen, as far as if you have any questions down the line or with us, you'll always have, the first line of support open, and you'll be the first line in queue. And this is a thing where right away they're going to be like, okay, because a lot of more companies are ready to pay more just to get support quicker. So this is another feature that really gets overlooked. You say, listen, this is how much it costs, but really on the back end, it's going to save you a lot of time and nerves, so you don't have to wait in that queue sometimes if you do have a question that is urgent. Because at Bittrex 24, our enterprise clients, right away, they're first in queue. We try to take care of their requests right away.
Yeah, so when bigger company purchased the enterprise plan, it's like we are now having a more serious relationship with them. They expect a special level of experience of how we're going to support them, and they love it. And we had a quick little research about how the new subscribed enterprise companies work with our support, and 40% of them noticed the drastic difference at the first request. So when they write to our support team, they get it faster, they get better answers. So it's something that they will get the results really quick for their first experience.
Yes, yes. And again, as far as the enterprise package, like when you do have a company, right? And you're ready to scale, maybe you're coming over from a Salesforce, a HubSpot, whatever it might be, and you're ready, you're paying maybe almost $2,000, $3,000 a month, right, for your enterprise package there. When you switch over to Bittrex 24, a lot of the companies, we talked to them, they were hesitant. They basically said, why is it so cheap? And right away, they wanted to hop on the enterprise package. Like you said, it's just basically like, we can afford it. So why wouldn't we? Why would we want any limits if we are going to scale, I don't know, from maybe like 50 employees to 100 employees? Why do we want there to be like some kind of pay point and pain point where you can just right away have everything up front and it's already costing you less than what you paid for before? So when the companies realized that, and then they saw inside of the features, when you're looking at your sales funnels, right? How many businesses need so many sales funnels from 10 to 100, whatever sales funnels it is? A lot of our plans, you do have to, there are limits on those things.
Sure.
And if you're coming from like a HubSpot, a Salesforce, and you're trying to sell a package to them, and then you try to sell them like, I don't know, a professional package, it's going to get limited to them. So then when they're working right away, they're going to say, oh, I'm limited here, I can't do this, I can't do that. They're going to have a negative experience. So right away, you push enterprise, you say, if you could afford this, you 100% afford the best that Bittrex 24 can offer, and you're going to get more services and features for less money.
So let's try it out. To come.
Exactly, and your scalability is good to go for whatever it is. You buy a year subscription for the enterprise package. Think about the scalability that you can do within a year. And this is without even worrying about, oh, what if I don't have enough seats? What if I have to onboard someone and I might be limited here? What if I don't have enough sales funnels for next month? This is not a worry to, a person that's a CEO of a big company. This is just headaches that you don't need. So again, pushing that enterprise package with no limits on all our features, from the amount of leads you get, the amount of data you get on the drive as well. Any processes, RPA processes, business processes, sales process, fully customizable, no limits right away gives that potential company that you're selling our enterprise package for, right away it clicks with them, said, okay, I pay that one-time fee, everything is covered. Everything is covered. And if they have their own server, bless them, even better.
And you basically don't have to explain it. Like, what CEO don't understand that they don't want to be limited? They don't want to have a little drive where you always have to delete some data. They don't want it. You want to collect the data. You want to have more customers. You want to have more information. And that's what enterprise plan gets to you. I want to roll back to the benefits part. When we try to promote the enterprise plan for our customers, there are three the most versatile points that we can show them and explain to them. First is no limits, of course, like we just explained. Always speak to your clients that enterprise plan gives you probably zero limitations to anything, like your drive, your pipelines, your number of your employees. It's super great, and it's great for a partner, because you can do whatever you want. You have no limits, and you can do the best for your customer and leave them happy. The second one is our enterprise feature is the speed. So on enterprise plan,
this is huge.
It's one of the biggest feature that our enterprise clients told us. So you have a dedicated server, a special infrastructure, so your Bittrex 24 works faster, no freezes, no errors. It's like we have a 99.95 SLA guarantee. It's amazing. Like, it's great.
Yes, the availability is, it is fantastic.
Yeah, and it's up to 99.99. The fourth 9 is
that's huge.
It's huge, and it's really
the
rare.
last 9, exactly.
And it's also a really big point for companies that had some problems with any products, because of course, the bigger the company, the bigger the costs of any delay. So if I have like a day delay, so it's not only my day delay, it's like 20 people that work with me and 20 people that connected to me in my process. So we lose a lot of time, we lose a lot of money, and we don't want this to happen. And the bigger the company, the bigger the loss is.
Yeah. So this was very big when we talked to a company from Arkansas, I believe, and they scaled a lot of employees and clients onto the Bittrex 24 enterprise package. And I think they were coming over from Salesforce or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But the first thing he said, Vlad, this is so much faster. Just like searching, I remember he said, because they moved a lot of documents as well. They were on Google Drive too.
Yeah.
So they moved a lot of stuff over onto the Bittrex 24 Drive. And another pain point they had, I remember, they had so many employees all accessing different IP addresses.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what Google does is it blocks you out. So they got blocked out of some of their email addresses and all of this, and then they couldn't access the documents inside the drive. So he said for 4 days, they just spoke to Google to get the account unblocked.
Wow.
So here with the availability and with the scalability factor, you can everything you need from documents, our interface now, you can go ahead and collaborate with all your documents. On the enterprise package, document searching, you can have thousands of documents. You type in, this is what I need, boom, it pops up, it's ready to go. And on top of that, the access level and accessibility by whatever member of your team you need. So if it's someone, if it's really secret information, again, accessibility on enterprise is fully customizable to, maybe you need it from certain IP addresses to certain employees to maybe just certain team members to see this. So this is very big as well. And like I said, I was very intrigued that the client said how much faster everything felt and was. And like you said, because of the availability on the servers, your product is going to be flying. All your documents are in one place. You don't need to rely on the third party like Google, maybe, especially if they try to lock you out because you have someone accessing a different IP address. Or I remember the client said every time they onboarded, they need to add someone to Google. It was just a pain in his butt because you have to enter this phone number. The phone number goes to an employee that got fired. That employee phone changed the phone number. And again, what happens at the end of the day? You lose time, then you lose potential clients, potential money. And here, if the clients have already used different products, when you offer them our enterprise package with how much it costs, it's a no-brainer to every company, especially once they see the full functionality of it and how quick it works.
Yeah, and about 60% of our customers notice that the speed is much better in at the first days.
Yeah.
The first day of using enterprise plan. And I got a great story from our client from USA, from Kansas. His name is Doug. Doug, if you ever watch it, God bless your soul, such a great human being. I love Doug. He's such a great guy. They had an on-premise solution on their server. So they work in their apartment, and in the basement they have their server where they keep this product. And it was slower, like on-premise decision that we have that they had on their server. And they decided to switch to Bittrex 24 Enterprise, and it was the product of enterprise level, and it was cheaper than the CRM they had before. And he was just shocked, how is it possible that a product that hosted on a server somewhere in another part of the country is working much faster than the product that I have on my server, which is 5 feet from me. It was so crazy. He was so happy, and just the efficiency of the company, it just scales in a week. You get all the benefits of speed.
Yes.
Yeah, and also a last benefit that you always should point for your customer is safety. Of course, the bigger the company, the more sensitive data they have, the more data in general they have. And you want it to be safe, you want it to be protected, you want it to be encrypted. And in Bittrex 24 Enterprise Plan, Bittrex 24 in general is a very safe product. We take pride in it. It's all the data is safe. But of course, some companies that use Enterprise Plan, they are legally obligated to store the data a certain way.
Yeah.
Because some laws,
like Europe GDPR they have as well.
Course,
so
yeah.
very strict in different countries as well.
Yeah, and Enterprise Plan covers everything you can have. Your data is super encrypted, super safe. So, and we have some extra features in Enterprise Plan, also in there.
Yeah. That's another thing, like you said, it gives you, like, if you look at some of our features on the enterprise plan, so then let's say you do have like a Bittrex 24 sign. If you are using like DocuSign before, since we give you the REST API for Bittrex 24 sign, you fully customize it.
Absolutely.
So you don't just get, again, access to some of the features, but then you get the full REST API inside of the features that we offer. So you get full customization of it as well. So that's another thing where our enterprise package, I mean, exactly, if you have your own server, this is a no-brainer, 100%. And I think it's a lot more, like I said earlier, it was much more difficult to promote our enterprise package before because maybe of the billing methods and maybe so much companies just didn't really understand that. But with the basic subscription model that we rolled out now, like we're seeing so many benefits of just people saying, oh, this is the highest plan. I want my company to be on the highest plan.
Absolutely.
Just as simple as that. So on top of that, it shouldn't really be so hard. And you shouldn't always, when we talk to some of your partners, say it's hard for us, to find these big companies with these requests. Remember, we're not looking for the big companies. We're looking for the companies that maybe have a niche feature that they need to, again, like I said, rigorously use. Like if it's just one feature, if it's DocuSign, they're signing more than, 1,000 documents a month. That's enough for them just to go onto enterprise if they're not even using anything else on our plans. And we're not even talking about Zoom and messengers from Slack and whatnot. This is already based on our highest plan is covered, but on the enterprise package, again, if you want to host, let's say, like a video conference with maybe someone outside, maybe a really good client. Yeah. I get the whole, I'm using Zoom, we can afford it, but how much nicer is it if it's your own enterprise package? They log in onto your Bittrex 24 portal. I remember the first time we did a call with a client, and they asked us, they're like, oh, what is this interface that we're using? We're on Bittrex 24. And they were like, oh, they had the feature, right? They're like, how did we? And we just explained it to them, and they were like, wow, this is so much neater than paying for Zoom, which Zoom, I mean, very expensive monthly and yearly subscriptions they have enterprise as well, but it was just like when they have that feature, a lot of times they don't even know they have it. So every feature, like they say we're using DocuSign, Calendly, Vivo Chats, whatever it might be. You say, okay, we'll give you that on the enterprise package. Plus, we'll give you the REST API for it so you can fully customize to how you want to use it as well. And once your clients understand like how much they can actually use our product and fully customize it, they won't even look at the price because the price, the benefits outjump the price every day of the week. Yeah.
And about the niche features, there are some limits that actually enterprise clients, they don't want to meet these limits. For example, I had a client, his name is Mario, and he told me that he purchased the enterprise plan just to have enough pipelines.
Yeah, pipelines are huge. Like I said, so many businesses, like every month they might be creating like a couple hundred pipelines, who knows?
Yeah, so he had to go either hire or delete some pipelines. But he can't afford deleting pipelines because it's deleting a part of your business, it's deleting a process because you created it for years and now you have to delete it and recreate everything. It costs much more than upgrading and just keep scaling your company. It doesn't make sense to him, and I understand him. It's not what you want to do. And the limit for drive, for example, on enterprise plan you have 3 times more space in a drive than on professional plan. It's 3 terabytes. And of course, if company works, the company collects more data, and you don't want to delete it. You want to add more data on your drive. And a cool feature that you can search on a drive, like inside the file. Yeah. So if you have 3 terabytes of files, it can be a big problem to find whatever you need. Because I remember, I had a document with Steve, and you can type Steve, and it will show
every
you
single document.
Every single document. You
and
just remember.
It does it quickly as well. So it's not like you do the search field and you're like half an hour, like you're on Google Docs, and half an hour you're waiting for the search to come up based on how well your internet's connected, how well the server's connected to Google, whatnot. Here, you open up that Bittrex 24 app, boom, maybe on your mobile even, right away, DocuSearch, searching for this, searching for that. It's quick. Like that's the thing. I remember we were talking about the clients, they notice how quick it is. In the search of, you said you got 3 terabytes of documents, every single microsecond that it saves is huge.
And you see how everything works together. Like the search is quick because you have the quicker speed of enterprise plan. Exactly. Because of course, searching through 3 terabytes of files, it's crazy. It can take a lot of time. But if you have our special infrastructure that we have on enterprise plan, it will go snap and you got everything you need. Yeah, so it's a great feature that you can promote because Drive is a big driver. Yes, it sounds good. It's a big driver to buy enterprise subscription, but it has some additional feature that makes your experience of working with Drive even smoother and even better and more efficient.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, with the clients I spoke to, like we were talking about the Drive now, they just simply use Bittrex 24 to store all documents.
Yeah.
So as far as, like you said, when you can search for elements and whatnot, here it's very important that the availability of who can access those documents was huge, because if you have a company that is spread out maybe throughout the country or maybe is remote work, you want to fully customize who can see where. And with the enterprise package, our accessibility for each single worker that you have, and for every team member that you have, you can break it down to the bare knuckles of it, of what you need. If you want them to get access to only these documents, if you want them to get access only to these deals, only to these pipelines, you can do it here. A lot of different services, the access levels are pretty standard. So they give you a standard mock-up of, okay, this is manager level, this is like higher level up, CEO level, then like an account owner. But with Bittrex 24, you can not only edit those levels of accessibility, you can create your custom, totally own custom levels of accessibility and then use them within the enterprise package to get the most out of the package and to get the most out of your business, really. I mean, it's simple as that.
Yeah, in bigger companies, they have more needs in access rights. They need more flexibility in this department. They needed to, this person has the access to this data, this person has the access to that data. So they needed to, it's really important to them. And the big point that on enterprise plan you have 25 administrators instead of 10 on professional plan. Of course, if you have such a big portal, you have to support it, you have to work with data, and the more people you can possibly get the access to do this, the safer it is.
Yeah, I mean, the 25 admins is huge because as a lot of companies we did talk to, the different branches all over the country and whatnot, and the different companies that they have, 10 is pretty good, like you said, for professional. When you're talking about accessibility for like an enterprise package, again, you might need, it doesn't really have to be like 25 admins that are controlling everything. It's again, you need 25 people. It might be all 25 that are just working on the enterprise package for them have that level to access everything so nothing gets slowed down in the process. So maybe one person's taking care of this, one person's taking care of that. It just, again, gives you kind of a no excuse approach to where everyone can do this. Like, oh, I don't have access to this file. Okay, send it over to B person. He'll give you access. It's never like, oh, this person is on vacation. We can't give them access, so we have to wait. It's like, no, there's no excuses. Accessibility is there. The admins are there. With enterprise, there's just no levels. There's no levels of limits. It's just fully, everything is out there. Our product is fully open to you to customize it to your business and to start selling more. And again, once you actually just start using even about 10% of what enterprise offers, you don't even look at the price.
Yeah.
The price doesn't even, it doesn't even come close to what it can offer. And if you actually take advantage of like what some of our big enterprise clients do, the price is just I don't even know how to get into it. It's just so cheap. Exactly, especially with our competitors. So
the benefits that you get are bigger than the price you pay. Like it's $4.99 for a month, and the $3.99 if you have a yearly subscription. But the benefits that you get, they will reduce your costs for any other products. Like we already named some products, and we probably saved like $2,000 or $3,000 already.
Yeah, by just switching over. That's why it's, if you have the ideal client here is someone who's already had the pain points of like these big, like a Salesforce, HubSpot, whatever it might be, and then once they come over to Bittrex 24. You as a partner, it's very important to create that functionality for them so they understand, oh, Bittrex 24 does what Salesforce does, and it's saving me money. Once those two things click, that's why we're getting so many more clients switching over, especially in the States. So many clients are just switching over to Bittrex, free to try. Then they look at our enterprise level. This is an enterprise package. It's enterprise. They get the enterprise package. Yeah. It's half of what they paid for enterprise on previous services. Then the first month they're on enterprise, they understand, oh, I can use it for this, and this. They knock out a couple of $1,000, like you said, in side services of your Slacks,
Yeah.
DocuSigns, Calendly. And then you're saving them money. Bittrex 24 Enterprise is paying for it. And on the back end, they're saying, oh, we're actually having more of our employees log on. Oh, we're actually seeing more of our employees using this
Yeah.
thing because of the mobile features now. And now, because it works faster on Enterprise, all our documents, we don't have to search for some. We don't have to wait. We're seeing that our team members are actually more happy that Bittrex 24 is working and the functionality of it is always available and ready to work, and it does. So that's huge with us is the functionality of Enterprise is it's much better. That's the thing. It's a complete different experience, and when you compare it to an experience of a different enterprise package, cheaper but faster.
Yeah, and it's up to our partners to highlight the flaws of other instruments and
Yes.
highlight the benefit that you get from Bittrex 24. And by the way, I want to promote other stuff that we do in this company. We created a battle cards where you just can compare Bittrex 24 with other big names like your HubSpot, Monday, and many other products. And it will help you to not only see where Bittrex 24 is better, but to highlight it correctly, explain why this tool is necessary for a client, and find some tools that they actually need. So it's a great expertise that our partners can have, not only to know all these features, but to highlight them properly, and it will make your conversion rate go higher and higher in bigger plans. Because of course, in bigger plans, Bittrex 24 has, I don't know, it's unlimited amount of everything. Like I have a list of unlimited instruments that we have, like leads, deals, contacts, invoices, products, pipeline, CRM form, knowledge base, searchable elements, open channel, sites, stores, automation, rules and triggers, RPA processes. Oh man,
Yeah.
a lot. That's probably not everything that we got. It's a lot.
And here it's again something that I want to just hammer home. If you are getting a request, right, from a client as a partner, you don't want to offer that client our cheapest package and say, listen, this is what you can do, but you're going to have limitations on this, and this. This is another big thing why, our partners, you said we wanted a subscription based package with the enterprise. So that's what we did. So here, when a client comes to you, especially if they've already used a CRM, especially if they have a specific pain point that they need you to fix for them, right away you need to be pitching enterprise package.
Yes.
There's no reason for you to start at a professional. You start at enterprise, and if maybe somewhere they say, oh, it's a bit expensive, you break down why it's not expensive, because in the end it's gonna cover it. And you're gonna say, Vlad, but this is just a small business. They only have about 5-6 users on their CRM. Well, maybe those 5-6 users are sending out, 500 email newsletters a month. Maybe that won't be enough for the prep professional. Well, Vlad, I don't know. They're not using it for this. They're not using it for that. Well, you need to find a pain point within the enterprise package that matches them. It's going to say, okay, well, maybe for professional, you don't need this, you don't need that, but maybe you do need those 250,000 emails a month. So it's already worth it for you. You're going to be paying cheaper for our 250,000 emails per month on our enterprise than you do on MailChimp. So just for that, you already get an enterprise style CRM based system, and you get your pain point, your niche pain point covered, saves you money, everybody's happy. So as far as me, like when our partners say, we try to give this subscription, please start with enterprise. Please start with enterprise.
And we had such a client, like almost the way you explain it. It's a company in Germany. It's like 6 people, but it's not a small company. It's a huge company. But they're working with emails. They send a lot of emails because they organize meetings, organize some events. So they send a lot of meetings, and they have special requirements in safety departments, the way we explained it before.
Yeah, especially in Germany.
Especially in Germany. Yeah. So they need this tool that we got only on enterprise plan, and many other competitors don't have them at all. And of course, like they can probably choose the cheaper plan, but for example, if something goes wrong, they have the legal issue will come, and they will have to pay the fines of like millions of euros. And why would you want to do that? It's like you pay your money for Bittrex 24 enterprise plan, and you're good to go. You're safe. Your tools are ready. Your data is safe, and you just got everything covered.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as our enterprise package, like again, we're just doing price comparisons. I've I've stressed it more than enough in our podcast here today, but the price point is unbelievable.
Amazing.
Subscription package is very great, especially, if we do have sales or partner sales, stuff like that. I think the enterprise package is something, especially going into this new year. We want to see all our partners sell. We want to see all our partners do well here, because not just on the package itself, but the customization that you can make money off of in the back end is huge for our partners. Like, this is where you're going to be making your money. This is where you're going to get your bread buttered, basically. Because once a client understands, okay, Bittrex24 does have the capability of doing this, and maybe they are coming from a side, competitor.
Yeah.
It's your job to introduce them in how to fully incorporate it and functionalize it into their business. That is what they're going to pay you for. And on the enterprise, as you're setting it up for them, it's easier for you as well.
Yeah.
So here, you don't want the limitations, and you don't want to set something up for your client and then them using it and say, oh, this is going to be a limitation. And then they're going to run into it. They're not going to fully get the functionality of it. And then on the back end, they're going to say, I'm not really liking this in Bittrex24. So here, it's important for you to basically integrate their pain point and take care of it with our highest level, our enterprise package.
Yeah.
So then down the line, they don't run into anything. They
Absolutely.
have the highest support service. Like, that's another thing with a lot of, pain points with our clients that we say, oh, our tech support takes a while sometimes, right? That might be huge. And that's big for every company. But that's just the number one thing. Say, okay, if you go on our enterprise package, you get the best support that Bittrex24 offers.
Yeah.
So that right away, that pain point for a lot of companies, they're willing to pay extra just for the support system. So here, I just, if you're coming from a partner's point of view, we totally understand, the pain points in our product. But here, we made the subscription based in our enterprise package, so you can sell more and on the back end, customize more and make more money off of it.
Yeah, you're quite right. That every pain point that the customer might have, it will be covered by enterprise plan. So if they have it, if they had this pain point with other products, or even with Bittrex24, and if they're explaining to you these pain points, you just explain the Bittrex24 Enterprise. It's probably already covered there. Everything will work beautifully. And talking about the future, the next years, we gotta understand that our new features, the biggest one, will have their full force on the biggest plans, on enterprise, of course. We already probably got some features, but we ain't gonna mention them.
I mean, we can tease it as far as, if you're looking for limitations, on the enterprise package, a big thing here is going to be in our product is going to be AI, and how we enter and how we have AI inside Bittrex24. You don't want any limitations here.
Absolutely.
So of course, this is going to be more closer to next month and down the line in the new year. But when AI is more rolled out in our product, definitely clients and potential companies that work with us will not want any limitations there. So here is just another reason to promote our enterprise package, another reason why we made the subscription-based enterprise package like we did. And I mean, as far as enterprise, do you have anything else to add, Alex?
Well, we got some tools for that we're gonna have in future. It's single sign-on. It's very huge for enterprise customers. Like all products offer single sign-on because it takes less time for your employees to work with your software, but it also easy to administrate and support them to work with their accounts. So it's very big for big companies. And
onboarding shoots through the roof. So if you onboard through single sign-on, you're going to have probably, I think the percentages when we looked at the numbers was 75% more chance of your workers to log into Bittrex if you do have a single sign-on on. So that's going to be rolled out. You are right. The login history as well. So you'll fully understand who logs in, when they log in. That's going to be rolled out as well. So yeah, like you said, we're not only just limited to what we have on our enterprise package here. It's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better.
Absolutely.
Fully customization on every step of the way. So this is, that's huge. You are right with that.
Yeah, so we probably mentioned all the benefits that you have. We are ready to get questions and your feedback. Maybe we need to cover something else because we understand that enterprise is something that our partners sometimes need to get more expertise on because it's a newer product that we have. So guys, we appreciate you and we want to have more feedback, your questions. We read all the comments and we want to make our podcast the best possible, give you all the info because we want to have the best job. We want to do it.
And again, this is just more of a less formal version of how we see our product, and it's just another way for us to touch base with you guys and understand how we can better your efforts in selling Bittrex 24 and how we can both help our potential clients to use Bittrex 24 better, more often, and for them to get more sales out of it. And again, we appreciate you watching, and till next time, guys, we appreciate it.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Yeah, bye-bye.